Good morning, Barstow. I'm Erin Pryor, and this is BTVN. Before we get started with our regular program, we wanted to check in with Nurse Incas for a flu update and tips to keep you healthy this flu season.
All right, so here at Barstow, I know we have had a lot of flu and strep going around. So tips for flu. If we've had a lot of kids who have actually gone in and been diagnosed. So the CDC suggests that once you have symptoms, that you stay quarantined for 5 days. So I know a lot of kids start feeling better after a couple of days, especially those kids who have had the actual vaccine. Usually within a couple of days, they start feeling a little bit better, and usually their fever is gone, but they're still very contagious. It's passed by water droplets when you cough. So those water droplets then go spread in the air and contaminate everybody else. So 5 days is what we're recommending. Along with that, obviously if you have a fever, you're not feeling well, stay home, please.
Thanks for the tips. Nurse Incas also wanted us to mention if you are sick, cough into your elbow, not your hand. And to avoid getting sick, wash your hands often and always before eating food. Do not share water bottles and avoid eating from community chip bags or snack bowls. Also, make sure to get good sleep and eat healthy. Lorelai, do you know anyone who has gotten the flu?
Yeah, I know a lot of people are sick right now, so let's make sure that we follow what we heard from Nurse Incas.
Well, moving on to something a little bit happier, Lorelai, did you get a chance to watch a Chiefs game?
I did. It was a very exciting game. I was a little worried in the beginning, but in case you missed it, let's check in with Kobe at Knowledge Hub.
Welcome back for another Knowledge Hub sesh. And how can I not talk about our beloved Chiefs who are moving on to the AFC Championship next weekend? As we all know, the game didn't start in the most ideal of ways, but the Chiefs fought back from a 24-0 deficit to whoop the Texans 51-31. En route to their insane comeback, they broke a solid amount of postseason records. They're the first team in postseason history to win by 20 or more points after being down by 20 or more points. Patty Mahomes threw 5 touchdowns, which is tied for 4th in postseason history, and they found the end zone on 7 straight possessions, which is another postseason record, all while completing the 4th largest postseason comeback in NFL history. Our boys did some remarkable stuff last weekend to stay alive, and I can't wait to see what's in store for us this Sunday against the Titans. As always, I'm leaving y'all with the question that's going to be posted on our Instagram story. Will our fast-improving defense hold Derrick Henry to under 150 rushing yards this Sunday? I'll catch y'all next week. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Kobe. I'm excited to watch the game this weekend. Moving on to some announcements, the France pre-trip departure meeting is taking place tonight at 6:30.
Early enrollment at Summer at Barstow for Barstow families begins on Wednesday, January 15th at 6 a.m. Enrollment for the general public begins February 1st.
This year, the login for My Barstow will be a little bit different, so let's check in with Mr. Daniel for some more information.
Okay, Alana, so what I'm going to show you is the new login for My Barstow, and it actually uses your Barstow Gmail account to actually log in. So as long as you're logged in on your Gmail account, it will just pass you through to My Barstow. So the first difference is when you're at your My Barstow login, instead of doing your first name dot last name, you do your Barstow email. So go ahead and enter your Barstow email. And that's going to include the @barstowschool.org. If you don't do it, it won't work. Good, then next. And then you don't have to do that, so just close that one down. And then it says it's converted to a Blackbaud ID, so go ahead and hit continue. And obviously that's a one-time thing. And then it's going to ask you, again, a one-time thing, which account you're using. You want to use your Barstow one, so click on that. And then it will ask you for the password. This will happen only if you're not logged into Gmail. Otherwise, it will just use your Gmail credentials. So hit next. and then you can just kind of hit X on that. And again, so then it takes you right in. So if you log out here, then from this point on, you can just hit sign in with my Barstow. And it's automatically using your email account to get you in. And that's it. About the only thing that I want to let all the other students know when we start this up is that Safari may not work as expected. So if you have issues with Safari, go to Chrome or Firefox and you should be able to be fine. And that's it.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Now let's check in with Sage for a United segment in the gym.
Today on United, I am in varsity gym with Athletic Director Coach Delting. Coach Delting, have you been keeping up with the basketball team seasons?
I have been, Sage. Our boys and girls, of course, started right before the holiday break. They were both in the Van Horn tournament. They both played great. Then they went on to the boys playing in the Shawnee Mission East tournament and the girls in the Olathe East tournament. A lot of tough competition for our teams there, but it's going to make them a lot better as the year goes along.
Did you get a chance to go to the games against St. Michael's last night?
I didn't get a chance to go last night, but I saw the scores yesterday. The boys played a really tough game, lost by just 3 to a really good St. Michael team. The girls played tough too, but obviously we're down a couple players right now, and so but they'll get better as the season goes along.
I know the game on Friday was canceled due to weather. Will it ever be rescheduled?
It definitely will be. It was against Maranatha Christian. That's a conference opponent, so we will get those games in. We don't know yet when. We're trying to find that perfect date when it works out for them and works out for us. And as soon as we get that information, we'll get it on the website and get it out to the school.
Thank you so much for your time.
All right.
I know Barstow Nation is very excited for our seasons and basketball this year, so back to you at the news desk.
Thank you, Sage. I know a lot of people are wondering if we have an update on Briley.
We have a question about an update on Briley.
Yeah, as everybody knows, Briley tore her ACL. She actually tore it against Blue Valley in the last game of the Olathe East tournament. But she's a trooper. She had her surgery last Wednesday. She's going to have some rehab, obviously. But knowing Briley, she's going to get back out on the court as soon as she's cleared to go, probably in a few months. We'll have her next year. Briley will also be able to be there probably with the teams as the boys and girls travel to the Missouri Showcase this weekend in St. Louis.
Thank you, Coach Stelting.
HLC spring classes begin on January 27th, and enrollment is open right now. It is easy to do online. If you have any questions, please contact Nick Cotini.
Before we end the show, remember that the middle school musical, Frozen Junior, is next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tickets are being sold online, and they are free for Barstow students.
Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Erin.
And I'm Lorelai. Have a great day, Barstow.